Let's get right into the news. Hello everyone, RacerMon here. Today I am once again looking at my own mod. This is version 0.9.7.1. So that van, wow, I was about to say minivan. I'm pretty sure this does not look like a minivan. This minivan, I mean, God, oh my, I just said I was gonna say that. This ambulance, there we go, has the 6.4 liter in it. This truck on the side has a 6 liter in it. So, I may have goofed up a little bit, and if you look at the differences in torque curves, you may notice that the torque for this blue truck starts a lot lower. It starts at 181 if the turbo is spooled up. This one starts at almost 300. That's a big difference. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna race that blue truck versus this van, this ambulance. And apparently it does not have the correct transfer case because it's not supposed to drive like this. So we'll fix that when we get over here. Oop. Alright, we broke the suspension a little bit, yep. Mr. Ambulance, even though it says fire and rescue as well. Now this truck, I really messed it up a bit. Not the configuration, but I've messed up the overall engine. So I'm going to redo it because the 6.4, if you pulled up a torque graph, which I have a torque graph, so I'm going to put it somewhere on screen. If you compare the two torque graphs, that torque graph looks basically like the one in Beamng, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. So yeah, that's the thing. Now I've asked not developers, but people on the forum, how I can possibly disable the blow-off valve, because my 6 liter does not have a blow-off valve, so I'm kinda wanting to get rid of it. At least that's for me, at least. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna brake boost that, and we're gonna brake boost this after I replace something about it. And also make it all-wheel drive, because, yeah, fairness. And you can just be quiet, please. So, over here, we have a 6-speed automatic, which doesn't work very well, I'll be honest. So we're going to get rid of that. And then we'll go with just the independent front suspension, because it should be heavy enough if I put heavy-duty struts. Now currently I'm not running that many mods because, well, yeah, it's not good. I don't want to do that. So because this thing weighs 8,600 pounds basically, I'm gonna give it its quote-unquote performance pistons, which are supposed to help whenever it has stronger turbos, because, well, it only goes up to 361 horsepower, 653 torque. Normally it has 350 horsepower, 650 torque. So, a 3 torque gain and 11 horsepower. That's not really worth it. Anywho, let's go ahead and get this started. In 3, 2, 1. Rest in pepperonis. Now, considering this does weigh about 3,000 pounds more, I would say that's formidable. It puts up a challenge, I guess. It is a 6.4 though. So let's cover other things. We have a D series and we have an H series. I said I have roamer support. Now, if you're a person that just watches these videos for information, I'll tell you right now, the Roamer only has the 6-liter available. It is pretty easy to make the 6.4 available. At least I think it only has the 6. It's easy enough to make the 6.4 available. I just got really lazy because I wanted more vehicles to have the engines. So the 6-liter is available to the Roamer, the D series, and the H series. The 6.4 is available to the H series and the D series. The reason why I really wanted the H series to have it is because you can have a flatbed. So now I can haul things with a diesel van or diesel, however you want to call it, which is great. I want that. That's what I've been wanting for a while. Now I am aware, and it is kind of planned, to add these engines to more vehicles. But not only that, actually we're going to be adding a 7.3 liter to all of these vehicles. Now I know in the future, if I had to pick vehicles that I want to have this engine, I want the Hirochi SBR4 to have it, the Bishu Hopper, the Savannah Bolide, and maybe the T-Series and Moonhawk. Or the Barstow, I don't know. I don't know. I'll ask about that at some point. I'll ask people. I'll find out. It works, honestly. Oh, speaking of which, the Roamer, actually, because I've never actually covered this, its exhausts, which I'm glad I actually did that because I did not know that was actually going to work. So you have the original, you know, frame thing, muffler, the one that the developers have. Wow, I can't talk. I'm also not feeling the greatest. So yeah. If we go over to muffler, we have the dual exhaust, the dual side exhaust, the straight pipe, and the V8 side. Now I've never really used the V8 side exhaust, so I don't know how that looks. Well, it looks like that. So if you're interested, it fits, I think. Let's try something. Let's see how the running boards fit, because I've never really test fitted anything on this vehicle, so I guess we can do that now. But I really don't want to have to create another side exit exhaust, because the side exit exhaust is rough, I'll be honest. And actually no, I don't have to do that. Wow, I'm impressed. So you have the dual side exit, we have the regular dual exhaust, because this is like a short frame D series. We have the one straight pipe, of course, the one on the right side, which is going inside the bumper, so I'm not going to fix that because I'm too lazy. The dual side exhaust, so like how the developers have their little exhaust piece, I have mine, you know, a little vroom vroom, you know. Then we have, of course, the dual exhaust. Now if I had to pick a favorite out of all of these, which oddly enough that's also clipping through, if I had to pick a favorite out of all of these exhaust pipes, every single one, I pick the dual side exhaust. That is my choice right there, because look how flush that goes with the exhaust. I mean, it kind of sticks out, I think, doesn't it? Nah, it doesn't, because it fits on everything pretty well. So if I scooted this up and then stuck the dual side exhaust on this, it would actually work, because, you know, magic. I love that. Boop -a boop, there we go. And then we have dual side exhausts. So that is this mod pack, I guess. It will be getting the 7.3 in the future, so you can look forward to that for sure. H series is going to be getting the rest of the parts. It only has the base pieces for the 6-liter and 6.4, excluding the performance piston. The Roamer has just a 6-liter. It'll get the 6.4 at some point, but the 6.4, plans for it. H Duncan 806. I don't have any name for me to look at that. I memorized it because he suggested the 6.4. I do plan to make his turbocharger. I'm pretty sure he had the original, just had the PSI a lot higher. Not a lot. It was like 47 to 51 if I remember correctly. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to continue on to make this engine have about the same power output as the 6-liter when it's in the D series with the performance pistons and the RCG turbocharger. So to give you a rough number, that's about 950 horsepower and 1,500 pounds of torque. So be sure to look forward to that. But since I have nothing else to say, this has been Racemon. I will see you later.